I was going through my journal that I wrote in every single day when I was in Uganda, Africa, on a volunteer program in 2013. I opened to a random page. My handwriting wrote, "Today was Village Day." I went to a village and sat on the ground with 4 amazing Ugandan women and had a conversation I'll never forget. I can still paint a picture in my mind exactly what this looked like. I remember looking beyond the women, their home, which were mud huts where children would sleep on the dirt and use a sheet for a blanket. I remember the dirt in between my fingernails as I was picking beans out of the pod that we soaked and ate for dinner. The women and I started talking about wealth and the difference of wealth in America and wealth in Uganda. One of the women started saying that in America, many people view wealth as having possessions, objects, money. And then she said that there's no money exchanged in these villages, that they eat what they grow, and if they have a bad harvest, they don't eat. She said for her, wealth is her family. Even though she struggles to feed her 5 children, she said she wanted 7 more. Yeah. She said she wanted 7 more because that 7 more she could hug, kiss, sing, dance, and play with. In the words of her, that is what we do here. We enjoy it, and we have fun. So when I came back to America after my experience in Uganda, I couldn't help but think how I got there in the first place. How a friend of mine and I had a conversation in 2012 about his African country's volunteer experience. And what he said was that if he could do it, then I could too. And those simple words motivated me and inspired me to get behind a computer screen and apply for Global Volunteer Network, which is an international organization, and I got accepted. And they placed me in Uganda. So after my experience in Uganda, I was so inspired. And because I was inspired, I wanted to inspire other people to come with me to Uganda, to those villages I was at, teaching orphans at the school that I taught English at. I had dreams of starting a nonprofit, an organization. I wanted to make a stand for a common cause, for the better of humanity, and to make a positive impact in the world. And people doubted me. People said I couldn't do it. They said I was too young. People weren't taking me seriously. They said there's too much risk. People won't pay for their own tickets and go with you. They said I should wait till I get a college degree until I started. Well, I persevered, and I did it. I started an international nonprofit called Inspire One, because the power of one individual is infinite. And we focus on community development and international support for all global citizens. Because inspiration never ends and is a legacy that gets transferred from person to person. Inspiration comes in all forms and emotions. Inspiration motivates people to try something new, to do something, or to create something. In 2015, I had inspired 9 individuals to come with me to Uganda, teaching English to orphans, caring for individuals who experience life with HIV, malaria, and other STDs. This year, in 2016, I've inspired 9 more individuals to pay for their own plane tickets, come to Uganda, focusing on the village's needs, fulfilling their goals. And after we arrive, our efforts will be feeding over 80 orphans daily from then on out. Inspiration is amazing. I got to ask you, though, who inspires you? what would you say? Oftentimes, leaders are looked at as being inspirational. So who's a leader? Who defines a leader? Well, Martin Luther King and Michael Jordan are just two of some of the most inspirational, motivational icons in the last century, and idols to me when I was a kid. But who else other than idols are leaders? Well, I see leaders all the time, walking down the street, at the store. The most important leader you must always remember, note, and commend is the one you see when you look in the mirror. Because you too have a voice that is heard between tens, hundreds, possibly thousands of people every single day. Which means you have the ability and choice to inspire individuals. Almost all the time, inspiration is transferred from person to person through conversation, play, and activities. Now remember these words. Whether your dreams are personal or your dreams encompass humanity as a whole, you can do it too. Thank you.